Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Nancy from nancybadillo.com and welcome to another Etsy video. On today's video, I wanted to talk about Etsy tips for beginners and why you need to start using other platforms to scale your Etsy business to the next level. So, guys, if this is your first time visiting my YouTube channel and you want to create an impactful business online, make sure that you go ahead and subscribe to my channel today. So, let's go ahead and get started on this video. The reason why I wanted to do this video is because I feel that too many people rely just on Etsy to drive all their sales, to scale their business to the next level, and it really doesn't work that way. And I also wanted to talk about other things that could potentially happen that if you were just relying on Etsy, it might cost you a lot of money, time, energy, and everything will go down the drain. So I kind of wanted to point some pointers as well. So I'm going to go through 5 different tips of why you need to start using other platforms in order to scale your business, okay? So number one is competition. So maybe you started your Etsy shop, 2 years ago. And when you started your shop, you were doing really well. You were making money on a consistent basis. You felt like you were growing it. And now, marks year 3 and you're making less than you did on year 1. A lot of reasons, or the main reason why that's happening is because of competition. As Etsy, every year it keeps growing and growing and growing. And it's a wonderful marketplace to buy, but it's a little bit hard to sell on marketplace on Etsy because there's so much competition. There's so many people that sell similar or kind of the same things like we do. And the keywords that you used 2 years ago when you did research and you did all your tags don't necessarily work sometimes even months later because of the fact that months later 10,000 additional shops open and those 10,000 are using the same tag. So therefore, those keywords now are getting your listings buried in the search results. So you're not getting the traffic that you originally were getting at one point, and you thought you were going to continue growing and growing and growing. So therefore, having so much competition on Etsy does kind of hinder you a little bit in getting the sales and scaling your business to the next level so you could be able to do Etsy full time and quit your full-time job at the current moment. So therefore, my recommendation for something like this is using a different platform, whether it's YouTube, whether it's Pinterest, something else is going to drive additional traffic back to your Etsy shop. Now, another alternative that you could do is look at your listings quarterly. So every 3 months, look at your listings and see what listings are the bottom listings, what listings are performing the least, and then updating the tags and photos if necessary on those particular listings. By doing that, that's going to help you always drive more traffic because you are currently updating. The problem is if you have a large, massive store, I have one that has over 10,000 listings, that becomes kind of tedious to fix listings because you might have not 20, but maybe 300 listings that are in the bottom. So therefore, it's going to take you a long time to do the research and update it. So the quicker way to drive additional traffic in that scenario would be to use a different platform to drive that traffic. And this is tip number 1 because of the competition. So just keep that in mind. Number 2 is shutdown. If Etsy decides to shut your store down for whatever reason, you pretty much lost everything. And therefore, that's why I keep saying using other platforms to scale your business. And other platforms, it's not just social media, it's building a blog or e-commerce site for your store. So having your own website and having your own Etsy. So if something was to happen with Etsy and they shut you down, you have your own website already. So yeah, you might not get the additional organic traffic that you were getting from using the platform Etsy. However, you're not losing everything. You already have everything set up in your website, and all you have to do is put all your efforts and all your focus is on your website to grow and continue growing your brand. But if you don't have anything outside of Etsy and you're just relying on Etsy only and they shut you down, then keep that in mind. You're losing everything. So having another source like a website, a blog, maybe Shopify, but just having something additional to kind of back you up is really, really important. If Etsy is something that you want to take to the next level and is a business that you plan to do for the rest of your life or for the next 5-10 years, make sure that you have an additional platform where you can sell your products and services. Number 3 is grow your brand with no limitations. When you have, this goes with number 2, when you have your own blog or website, you could grow your brand with no limitations. You could collect emails. You could send massive emails to anybody that you like. You could do chain emails. You could do promotional emails. You could email coupons to people that normally buy from you. You could update people whenever you do a craft show. You could send an email by thanking someone from buying from you and sending them an additional coupon for their next purchase. But you could do all that with no limitations. Etsy does give you limits. You can't easily just grab anybody's email. You can't collect emails. They don't let you do ClickFunnels. You can't put links outside of Etsy because if you do, they're not hyperlinks. And if you do put any links, they're going to be in the About Me section, which is all the way in the bottom of the shop. And the reason they do that is because they want to keep people on Etsy. They don't want for your link to your website to be the first thing people see because they'll click and leave Etsy. So therefore, they're controlling your traffic. They're controlling who sees your links. And that's understandable, right? Because it is Etsy. It is their marketplace. They're there to make money. And there's some method to it, right? There's a reason why they do that. However, you as a seller, you just stuck. You can't really, collect those emails to remarket those people. But if you have your own website or blog, you could add a ClickFunnel. You could add a webinar on how do you make reefs and collect emails. You could do whatever you want because it's your blog. So therefore, having a blog is very beneficial for your business. It's very beneficial to grow your brand because now you're collecting emails and you have something to back up. You have something that if something happened, you have a list of group of people that show interest in your product and services that you could target to at a later time or target to every month or however you like. So grow your brands with no limitations when you have a blog or website outside of Etsy. Number 4, not everybody shops on Etsy. So it is really important that you just don't rely on Etsy traffic because you might have something that somebody wants, but they never heard of Etsy. So by you promoting it, let's say on Pinterest, they found your pin, they fell in love with it, they clicked on it, they went to they went to Etsy and they buy from you, right? So this is a clearly a good way to drive traffic, right, from one source to the other. Keep in mind, other platforms help your Etsy platform to grow. I have different platforms that I use that help me grow my YouTube channel, help me grow my Instagram, help me grow my Etsy shop, etc. There's different platforms will help each other out. So make sure that you have multiple platforms. But if you want to just start with one, maybe open a Pinterest account and start driving traffic from there to your Etsy shop and additional traffic that otherwise maybe would have never found your products or services because maybe they're new to Etsy or they never heard of it before. And the last one is Etsy closes down, right? This is something that we don't want to think about. Etsy's doing really, really well. But like anything out there, any business out there, Etsy, can close. They could lose everything. So therefore, if Etsy was to close down, guess what happens to you? You lose your business. Because if you've never had a different platform to scale your business to the next level, you never built a blog, you never had an email list, you never had a website, you never have another source like not just a blog or website, but maybe Shopify. you never did anything else, you just rely on Etsy and Etsy on its own, you lose everything pretty much. And it's very devastating. This is what I was talking about in the beginning of the video, that you don't want to lose everything because you never took the time to create a second or third platform that's going to help you in the overall growth of your shop. So guys, I hope that these 5 tips will help you today to understand the importance of using other platforms, not only to grow your traffic to your Etsy shop, but also to come up with a strategic plan in case something was to happen in the future, that your Etsy shop gets closed down, or maybe you want to grow your email list, but you know that with Etsy is going to be a little bit difficult, and etc. So make sure that if this is your first time listening and these tips resonated with you, or if you have any questions, leave them below in the comment section. Make sure that you like this video, share, and thank you guys for watching.